Okay, let's look at homework 5.5-6.1, problem number 17. All right, so we want to evaluate this definite integral. Right. First thing I would do is use substitution to make it look a little bit simpler. All right, so we're gonna use say let t equals 1 plus 5x. Right? We usually use u, but since when we use integration by parts, I would like to use u, so instead I'm gonna use t substitution. All right, so take the derivative of t with respect to x, which is going to give you derivative of 1 is 0, derivative of 5x is 5, right? And since we want to isolate dx, I'm going to go ahead and take the reciprocal of both sides. You get dx over dt is equal to 1 over 5, right? Then multiply both sides by dt, which will give us dx is equal to dt over 5, right? And since x goes from 0 to 1, corresponding t goes from, I plug in 0 here, 1 plus 0, so it goes from 1 to, and 1 plus 5 times 1, so that's 6, right? So we can rewrite this integral to, right, so it goes from 1 to 6 instead. All right, this is natural log of absolute value of t. All right, and dx is the same thing as dt over 5. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and put 1 over 5 outside of the integral, so it's just 1 over 5. Then you have an integral, right, from 1 to 6, and you have a natural log of absolute value of t dt. All right, then we do a integration by parts. Let's see, we're gonna let u to be natural log of absolute value of t, right? And let dv be dt, right? So if you take the derivative of that, you get du over dt. Derivative of natural log of t, natural log absolute value of t is 1 over t, right? So by multiplying both sides by dt, we can get the du, which is dt over t. All right, and divide through by dt, we get the dv over dt, which is equal to 1. All right, then multiply, find the antiderivative of 1, which is going to be t, so v is going to be equal to t. All right, so what we need is u, and du v. Alright, so integration by parts, so we have to multiply u and v together. So we get this. Alright, so 1/5 is out here. Right, then I guess I'm gonna put the big curly bracket. Right, so u times v would be t, and the natural log of absolute value of t. Right, then integral goes from 1 to 6, so it's going to be 1 to 6, and minus integral from 1 to 6, right? Then you multiply these guys together, v du. So it's going to be t times dt over t. Alright, then we can clean up a bit. So t on top, t on the bottom, cancel out. Then we have, right, so 1/5 is still out here. Alright, then just plug it in. So if you plug in 6 here, you have 6 natural log of 6, right, minus plugging 1 times natural log of 1, right, minus, right, so this is just 1, so n-tied root of 1 is t, and you're going from 1 to 6. Alright. Then this guy, natural log of 1 is 0, so you can cancel, scratch that out. So since this is 0, alright, then we just have to evaluate that part. Is going to be, right, 1/5. Right, so you have 6 natural log of 6 minus, alright, I'm going to put the different bracket here. I'm going to put square bracket here so that I can use parenthesis here. Right, plugging 6, so 6 minus plugging 1. Right. So since this is just going to be this guy right here is 5, right? So I'm going to distribute 1/5 to the first term, right? So that's going to give you 6 over 5 natural log of 6, and then I'm going to distribute 1/5 to -5, which is going to be +1. Alright, so this is the value of the definite integral we want to evaluate. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.